I don't ever care about this. You talk too much.
This is Blue Nova. I'm bringing you a new tutorial on Pnb Rock's new song called TTM. Actually, just called Talk to Me. So, talk too much. Sorry, talk too much. And the first thing we're gonna go ahead and do is just make sure everything's off the master and solo just the auto-tune VST on here. I'm gonna go ahead and mute the instrumental. So the first thing we have is the auto-tune VST. The key of it was F sharp. The scale was minor. I put the retune speed at 10. And just make sure to copy all these other settings, humanize 0, scale detune, everything else on here. And we'll go ahead and play just this.
I don't ever care about this. You talk too much.
So after we have that, the next thing we have is the Fruity Parametric EQ2. What I went ahead and did is just cut out some of the low end, brought a little bit of a boost in the mid frequency, and I brought the high up to 6 decibels. And really just to save time, just basically what it looks like. If you want the FLP, go ahead and download on my site, bluenovabeats.com. And this is what it's gonna sound like.
I don't ever care about this. You talk too much.
So now that you hear that, you can hear there's a lot of high presence in it. So the next thing we're gonna have is gonna be Fruity Limiter, just to dip out, just to really just cut the ceiling of it. I'll really get into later how the maximizer or Maximus is gonna take care of the sibilance and the vocals. So what I did is I had the attack on 2.12 milliseconds, brought the release down all the way to 0, and the head kept it at 10.70 milliseconds. And I noticed that Pnb Rock, he had his vocals at about -3 decibels. So go ahead and bring up the gain to the ceiling, hits the top.
I don't ever care about this. You talk too much.
So after that, we have a Fruity delay too. And I went ahead and brought the volume down to about right here, just to give it more of a presence. About right here is really just good. The feedback normal, put the volume to about right here. And the cut, I brought the cut back to where like I guess the delay would sound a little bit filtered and not exactly the same presence that have the highness of the natural vocal. So the time, I know it wasn't bounced back really in time, was a little bit faster, so I put the time to about right here. I noticed that Pnb Rock, he did the same exact thing or something similar. So this is what it's gonna sound like.
I don't ever care about this. You talk too much.
The next thing we have is Fruity Reverb 2. Like I said, I really just noticed that Pnb Rock, he loves a lot of reverb in his vocals, so that's what I did with this one. And the size of the room, I adjusted it to really like what I felt was best. I put the bass all the way up, the decay to right here, the high cut, put it about like 1.1 kilohertz. And the size of the room, it wasn't really like a full size room. Put it about to like right here, and it's about like at 36. So you can go ahead and freeze the screen and copy the rest of these settings, or like I said, just get the FLP on my website. And this is what it's gonna sound like.
I don't ever care about this. You talk too much about me.
So the last thing we have is Maximus. And with the master, just go ahead and bring this band up all the way to the ceiling. We don't want it to be compressed or limited on the master. And sorry, but all right, so like on the high, what I went ahead and did is I brought the band down to -12, and I brought the second band down to about like -18. And what that's gonna do is gonna take away some of the sibilance in it. So like the I guess like you can hear like the T's and S's or whatever that's inside the vocals is basically gonna flatten it and crush it or compress it to where it's not as sharp.
I don't ever care about this. You talk too much about me. You make things up about me now.
So what I did in the low end, I also brought the band down to -18, and basically really I just keep the low level balance, I guess I could say. So for this vocal, it was pretty easy mix. There wasn't too much on the vocal chain, and really just all free VSTs. I mean stock plugins in FL Studio except for Auto-Tune and Terry's. You can use Picture as a replacement. Just set it to the same key. And with the instrumental, I didn't do anything to it. I left it how it was because it was really the natural instrumental, and I like how it sounded. And what I did, I just added a kick and EQ'd it to where it's like a high, to where I guess like the kick really thumped in the mid, and I brought it to about like 0 decibels. So we'll go ahead and just play it.
I don't ever care about this. You talk too much about me.
So now that we have that, the last thing to wrap it up is Isotope Ozone 5. Like I said before, I think it was in the previous Pnb Rock low-key video, I said that really now in the industry, I'm really noticing a lot of these songs are getting cut at really like it's at 15,126 hertz. So what you want to do, go to the 8th one and go to low pass, select brick wall, and then just bring it in, left click and hold it, and bring the 8th band in to where it says 15,126 hertz. And on the graph, make sure your EQ is before the loud before the loud maximizer. And basically what it's gonna do is just clean up that the high presence and make sure the mix is just sitting in tight and clean.
I don't ever care about this. You talk too much about me, you made things up about me, never would've came up.
So pretty much that wraps up this tutorial. It was a pretty, I guess, really easy mix. For me, it wasn't too much of a trouble. But if you have any questions, just make sure to email me at bluenovabeats@gmail.com. And to cop the FLP at bluenovabeats.com, make sure to subscribe, like, share, comment exactly what you want to see next and what other artists you want to see me mix to get the same quality.
I don't ever care about this. You talk too much.